movie begins on a Florida beach in the middle of summer, and with the many parties that young people go to spend the summer together, and each group spends their summer according to what they like, whether parties on the beach or at home. We go to Pythagoras to spend the summer there, and Face wakes up to her three friends as they wake up to prepare for their trip and collect money from each other to be enough for them in Florida, and they are happy that they will finally travel together far from the university, and they all gather in the bathroom of the dorm, and it is realized that they have only $125, and that is less than half of the amount they need, and she speaks on behalf of her friends that she is tired of the place and the university, and that all her days have become similar, and she deals daily with boring people, and that she was waiting for this vacation to change her mood because she does not want her life to end while she is boring like them. And all the students in Face's dorm have traveled, except for them, due to lack of money, and her friend Candy tells them that they will travel by. She appreciates and asks for her friend Cody's car because she and Bray will go on a trip because they decided that they will steal this money and go on vacation with it. And Candy keeps encouraging them about the matter, and that they will steal their teacher's car from the garage of the residence and commit a robbery with it so that they do not get caught, and the three of them move, and Faith does not know anything about their plan, and he brings a toy gun, and they wear masks on their faces so that no one recognizes them, and they go to a restaurant, and Cody stays waiting for them outside in the car so that as soon as they steal it, they run after her and she escapes with them before the police come to them, and they enter the restaurant and pretend that they are a gang, and Bing is keen on stealing the money in the restaurant and runs away. And after that, they leave the car in an abandoned place and set it on fire because of their fingerprints on it. And they run after Faith to tell her that they will finally travel. But she starts to think that they committed a crime like this and that they can be imprisoned for it, but they will. He assures her that the matter was safe and that no one saw them or recognized them, and they are all happy finally that they have money. And the next day he moves in a bus to Florida, and all the young men on the bus are heading towards Florida to spend the summer there. And he finally arrives and has the best time, and Face talks to her grandmother to reassure her that they are all fine, and tells her how happy she is that she finally saw a new place in the world other than her place and her boring home, and Face and her friends go from party to party because of the money they had from the robbery. And they keep telling Face how they robbed the restaurant and how they felt powerful and in control at that time. But everyone listened to them and carried out their orders because they were afraid of the gun that they thought was real, and they booked a room in a famous hotel and had a good time there until they were arrested by the Florida police. And they went to the police station and were investigated because of the presence of drugs in their apartment during the party they were throwing. And Faith is the most wronged one among them, and Peter dies, and they are all in detention until the next day of trial, and the judge tells them that they will not be investigated regarding the drugs because they were not caught, but they have to pay bail because of their participation in the crime, or they will not be able to get out of prison. And out of luck, there is a man named Elian who was present at the time of the trial, and he is the one who pays their bail and gets out of prison. And they are surprised that someone paid their bail without knowing them, and as soon as they get out of prison, they find Elian standing in front of the name, and he introduces himself to them, that he saw them during the trial, and it is difficult for him, so he decides to help them and offers them to ride with him in the car, and they are all happy except for Faith, who feels that there is something wrong with the matter, but she is forced to ride with him like the rest of her friends. And Elian finds out from them that their money is gone, and he starts to tempt them with his money, and a little bit of it in the entire Florida area. And this, because he is one of the most famous drug dealers in all of Florida, and he needs a lot of people to distribute and sell drugs away from the name of the police, and the drugs that were caught were his. And the two most important people working under him are the twins, and they are considered his trusted men, and there is no one on the coast who does not know about them, in addition to his sidearms trade, and they are all impressed by what Elaine says. except for Faith, who tells her friends that they did not come to sit with a drug dealer and that she wants to go back home again because she is terrified of his way. And Elaine talks to her and tells her that he likes her and wants her to stay with him and wants to help her get out of prison. And he understands that if she is going to travel, she should travel alone without her friends and not think about doing anything else that would upset him. And he listens to her when she goes. And indeed, Faith decides to go back alone to her residence and leave the rest of her friends on the coast with Elaine. And she gets on the bus and cries that she left her friends. She is terrified for them and what the Yawns might do to them, but she did what she had to do and tried to take them with her. But she failed. Her friends are happy, and she spends time with Elian and takes him to his house and shows him the weapons he has and the amount of drugs and money he is carrying and the house he drags in. He tells them that he doesn't have any problems except for one problem, which is a guy named Big, who was his friend in the past, and now he has become his enemy because they compete with each other in the area, and each one tries to impose his control over the other, and none of them gives in. He dazzles the friends with Elian and lives with him in his house as if he is joining our gang with complete freedom. They play with the weapons in the house, which are loaded, and there are 3 masks that they wear. I like that they rob the places they want, all as one gang. The girls take it as a new kind of fun. He learns shooting with Elian until their operations increase, and the matter reaches Big that Elian and his gang. The new one will control his streets, so Big decided to act on his own. He stopped Elaine and the girls in his car and said that these streets are his and his property, and that what he is doing now is just a warning and nothing more. A man comes out of the car next to Big and shoots Elaine's car, which has the girls in it, and they are swimming in it. They run with her to the nearest place where they can treat her themselves, because they cannot go to the hospital, and an investigation will be opened. Luckily for her, the bullet was only in her shoulder. After she was treated, she decides that she must return home again and that the vacation they are on is over. She leaves them all and takes the bus to return home again. Candy and Brighton stay, but they are changed and not the same because they know that life with Elaine is not just a luxury and that there is a high percentage of danger. So, they also decide to leave him without telling him, but not before they take revenge for their friend's injury, and they cut off They have to finish off Big so he can control the entire area, and they will help you and wear their masks and move with Ali to Big's house, but the first one to get injured and die is Elian himself, and the 2 girls continue on their way alone and start killing anyone they meet, and reach a house inside his house and finish him off, and they return home after they finish off everyone there, and their summer vacation is over. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Movie Story for more amazing movie recaps. Let us know in the comments which movie you'd like us to cover next. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.